By the year 1850, the state of Missouri grew more hemp than any other state in the country, except Kentucky. This massive agricultural output clustered tightly within an agrarian enclave along the Missouri River, known as Little Dixie. The western anchor of this region sat directly on the state border, rooted in the fertile loess soils of Platte and Clay counties. This specific geography created a closed, highly lucrative economic ecosystem, one that consolidated the political power necessary to drive Missouri toward a violent collision with its neighbors. Hemp dictated demographics, built infrastructure, and drove regional politics. It functioned as a socio-economic engine that locked the region's survival to the preservation of slave labor. The plant's unique biological properties and the grueling physical requirements of processing it demanded a massive, highly controlled labor force. That labor dynamic consolidated extreme wealth into the hands of a small number of planters. This wealth financed a specialized shipping infrastructure and directly funded the violent border conflicts of the 1850s. To understand the mechanics of that border conflict, we have to look past the battlefields and trace this industry from the soil all the way to the steam press. When migrants from Kentucky and Virginia moved into Missouri's fertile river valleys, they brought the southern model of commercial agriculture with them. These migrating families imported two primary cash crops, tobacco and hemp. Cultivating hemp required year-round attention. After the growing season, workers cut the tall, fibrous stalks by hand using heavy, specialized hooks. Next came dew rotting. Planters left the stalks out in the fields through autumn and winter, allowing the weather to slowly weaken the plant's tough outer fibers. Separating the valuable lint from the stalk created a massive production bottleneck. This step required a process called the handbrake. No 19th century machine could successfully replicate this step. It relied entirely on grueling manual labor. Because of this biological bottleneck, the commercial hemp industry could not exist without forced labor. It relied structurally and inextricably on enslaved African Americans. We can quantify this labor demand by examining Platte County, known at the time as the banner county of the world for hemp production. Between 1840 and 1850, Platte County's enslaved population more than tripled, spiking from 858 to 2,849 individuals. A cost-benefit analysis reveals the financial math driving this shift. An enslaved man cost $1,200, while the crop yielded roughly $100 per ton. Despite the massive upfront capital required, that $100 yield made the initial investment highly lucrative for planters. Driven by this labor model, Platte County produced a record 4,355 tons of hemp in 1850 alone. The region's immense agrarian prosperity relied exclusively upon the commodification and brutal exploitation of human beings. Once harvested, thousands of tons of raw hemp had to reach southern cotton markets for baling and bagging. This required a specialized supply chain. The raw material needed localized consolidation and pressing before it could travel downriver. Industrial shipping hubs sprang up to meet demand. In 1830, Allen's Landing opened in Clay County as a massive commercial exit point on the river. Nearby, Liberty Landing housed the Arthur, Burris and Company hemp factory. The scale of Liberty Landing was immense. The facility operated $30,000 worth of machinery to process thousands of tons of hemp. The ultimate commercial capital of the Missouri hemp belt sat just downriver in Lafayette County at Lexington. Lexington featured advanced infrastructure, including steam-powered presses and extensive rope walks, which prepared the final product for transport. These river landings and factories operated as the heavily capitalized arteries of a localized monopoly. They consolidated enough wealth to fund a formidable political bloc. The direct political manifestation of this accumulated wealth materialized at the 1855 Proslavery Convention in Lexington. The delegates calculated the value of their economic system. Across 18 border counties, they held 50,000 slaves, valued at $25 million. They viewed Northern abolitionist immigrant aid societies provided the financial incentive for the region's border wars, and ultimately served as the literal shield used to fight them. The conclusion of the Civil War in 1865 brought the emancipation of enslaved African Americans. Without a bonded labor force to execute the grueling handbrake process, the hemp engine collapsed. farmers in Clay, Platte, and Lafayette counties rapidly pivoted to crops suited for free labor and mechanized machinery, like wheat and oats. The sudden disappearance of the hemp industry left behind lingering architectural monuments. Grand brick eye-houses remained scattered across the landscape, built by the planters who had profited from the boom. The low soil remained fertile, but the highly specific, brutal economy that engineered Little Dixie was erased. Missouri's lost hemp monopoly stands as a historical reminder that some economic empires are entirely dependent on the exploitation they are built upon.